Welcome back to Sir Boats Yacht, the channel where we
dive into the most fascinating vessels that roam our oceans. Today we're shifting gears slightly and looking
at something truly colossal, something that redefined what it means to be a giant on the sea. Meet the Ever Ace, one of the largest container ships the world has ever seen, a floating titan, part of the Ever A-class fleet operated by the well-known shipping company Evergreen Marine. This isn't your typical yacht or ferry, but it's a marvel of maritime engineering that absolutely deserves a spotlight. Let's climb aboard this steel leviathan and explore what makes her such a beast on the high seas.
First off, let's talk about scale. The Ever Ace measures a jaw-dropping 400 meters in length. That's longer than 4 football fields laid end to end. Just to give you some perspective, it's also 61.5 meters wide, which gives her a beam that's wide enough to carry more than 20
rows of containers side by side, vertically stacked like a steel high-rise floating on the ocean with a depth of nearly 33 meters from keel to main deck. This ship sits low and steady in the water, capable of weathering fierce sea conditions with confidence. The total container capacity is staggering. She can haul up to 23,992 TEUs, which stands for 20-foot equivalent units. This kind of capacity is what allows global trade to move at the scale and speed we experience today.
Now, while the Ever Ace is built for brute strength and cargo capacity, she's also an example of modern naval design at its best. Her hull shape is optimized to reduce resistance through water, resulting in more efficient voyages. The designers employed computer-aided modeling to streamline the underwater body, which helps cut down on fuel usage and carbon emissions. This isn't just good for business, it's essential for sustainability in an industry that's under increasing pressure to reduce its environmental impact. The ship also features a bulbous bow, which is a forward-pointing protrusion below the waterline designed to reduce drag and wave resistance. This is a feature you'll see on many large ships, but the Ever Ace takes it to another level with a form that's been refined down to the smallest curve to maximize hydrodynamic efficiency. Let's talk deck layout. The Ever Ace has a massive flat deck with container guides carefully organized to hold thousands of steel boxes securely in place. The stacks can go up to 23 rows across and 10 or more levels high above deck, with additional containers stored below. In the cargo holds a sophisticated lashing system using twist locks and rods, keeps everything safe even in rough conditions. The bridge, the area where the ship is navigated, is set far aft toward the rear, which gives the crew maximum visibility over the cargo as well as reducing the obstruction caused by exhaust plumes. The ship's funnel is also located aft and is fitted with exhaust scrubbers that help clean emissions before they're released into the atmosphere, another step toward making the Ever Ace more eco-friendly. Now for something a little unexpected, let's peek inside the interior of this industrial behemoth. Unlike luxury yachts, the Ever Ace isn't about glamorous staterooms or polished teak decks, but don't let that fool you. This ship is designed with crew comfort and functionality in mind. The living quarters are located in a towering accommodation block that rises several stories above the main deck. There you'll find private cabins equipped with beds, desks, storage, and personal entertainment systems for each crew member. There are also shared spaces like lounges, kitchens, and mess halls, all designed to make life at sea more bearable during long voyages, which can last several weeks at a time. The bridge is the high-tech nerve center of the ship, packed with radar displays, GPS systems, ECDIS, electronic chart systems, and autopilot controls. From this commanding perch, the crew can manage not only the navigation but also monitor engine performance, cargo stability, and environmental conditions. Speaking of performance, let's talk power. The Ever Ace is equipped with a state-of-the-art MAN B&W 11-cylinder diesel engine. This engine is one of the most powerful marine engines in the world, capable of producing over 87,000 kilowatts of power. That's roughly the equivalent of more than 100,000 horsepower. This incredible force propels the Ever Ace to a cruising speed of around 22 knots, which is quite fast for a vessel of this size. To help further with energy efficiency, the ship uses a slow steaming strategy on many voyages. This means operating at lower speeds to conserve fuel and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Even though this extends transit times slightly, it results in major fuel savings and fewer emissions overall, making it a win for both the environment and the bottom line. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Ever Ace is her propulsion and maneuvering system. In addition to the main engine, she's equipped with a highly efficient Propeller and rudder system designed for precise control. This is vital when navigating narrow straits or docking at busy ports where space is limited. Many ports today also rely on tugboats to help guide such large ships into position, but the Ever Ace's advanced steering systems give her an edge in agility compared to earlier generation mega ships. There are also bow thrusters installed which provide extra maneuverability by pushing the bow side to side during tight turns or slow speed maneuvers. Now let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. What truly makes the Ever Ace and her Ever A-class sisters stand out in the world of commercial shipping is their ability to redefine economies of scale by carrying more cargo in a single voyage. These ultra-large container vessels dramatically reduce the cost per container shipped. This has ripple effects across global commerce, making goods more affordable and supply chains more efficient. It also means fewer trips are needed overall, reducing wear and tear on engines, lowering emissions, and freeing up port space for other vessels. This scale, however, also brings challenges like needing deeper ports, longer berths, and more advanced cranes. But many major shipping hubs like Rotterdam, Singapore, and Shanghai have already upgraded their infrastructure to handle giants like the Ever Ace. Another unique selling point is the emphasis on digitalization and smart shipping technologies. The Ever Ace is equipped with advanced monitoring systems that track everything from fuel consumption to hull stress to cargo temperature. These systems feed into a central database that helps the operators optimize every voyage for cost, safety, and efficiency. Predictive maintenance software alerts the crew about potential mechanical issues before they become problems, reducing downtime and avoiding costly repairs at sea. There's also constant satellite communication, which keeps the ship in touch with headquarters and weather forecasting centers. This helps the captain reroute if storms are detected and adapt to changing sea conditions in real time. Let's not forget the human side of this operation. The Ever Ace typically carries a crew of around 20 to 25 people, a relatively small number considering the size of the vessel. Each crew member is highly trained not only in ship handling but also in safety protocols, firefighting, emergency response, and international maritime regulations. Life on board is disciplined yet collaborative, with shifts operating around the clock to keep the ship moving smoothly. Everyone has a role to play, from the chief engineer managing the heart of the ship to the cook keeping morale high with hearty meals in the galley. The ship also complies with international labor standards, providing fair wages, safe working conditions, and opportunities for professional development. Now, some people ask why ships like the Ever Ace matter
so much in a world increasingly focused on air freight, drones, and railways. But here's the thing: more than 80% of global trade still travels by sea. That includes the phone in your hand, the clothes on your back, and the food in your fridge. Container ships are the unsung heroes of the global economy, and mega vessels like the Ever Ace are the crown jewels of this network. They connect continents, support millions of jobs, and keep industries running from manufacturing to retail. Without them, the modern world simply wouldn't function the way it does.
The Ever Ace was built by Samsung Heavy Industries in South Korea, one of the world's top shipyards. The construction process itself was a massive feat of engineering and logistics, requiring thousands of skilled workers and months of planning. Each section of the hull was prefabricated and assembled like a giant jigsaw puzzle, with components lifted into place by floating cranes. The precision required to balance weight distribution and structural integrity at this scale is immense. Even the slightest misalignment can cause huge problems later on. From keel laying to sea trials, the Ever Ace represents the cutting edge of shipbuilding craftsmanship and innovation. Now for some fun facts. The Ever Ace set a world record when it departed China in 2021, loaded with more than 21,900 containers, making her the highest capacity container ship in service at the time. Her hull is painted in the iconic evergreen green, with the company's name boldly emblazoned across the side in giant white letters that can be seen from miles away. She's part of a fleet that includes several sister ships like the Ever Alot, Ever Art, and Ever Arm, all built to similar specs, but each with slight variations based on route requirements and port compatibility. These ships operate primarily on Asia to Europe trade routes, which are some of the busiest and most economically vital shipping lanes on the planet. The environmental efforts don't stop at just fuel savings. The Ever Ace is compliant with the International Maritime Organization's Tier 3 regulations, which limit nitrogen Oxide emissions in emission control areas. She also uses low sulfur fuel when entering ports to reduce the impact on local air quality and is compatible with future retrofitting for alternative fuel options like LNG or even hydrogen. As the industry evolves toward cleaner energy sources, Evergreen is actively investing in research to make future versions of the Ever A class even greener, which means the Ever Ace could one day operate with a significantly lower carbon footprint than today's vessels.
So whether you're fascinated by maritime engineering, intrigued by global trade, or just love big boats, the Ever Ace is a vessel that commands attention. She's not just a container ship, she's a floating city, a powerhouse of logistics, and a symbol of the scale at which our world now operates, the kind of ship that silently and efficiently makes the world go round without most people even knowing her name. But for those of us who love ships, she's an icon, a marvel, a beast of steel and sea. That wraps up our deep dive into the Ever Ace here on Sir Boats Yacht. If you enjoyed this exploration of one of the ocean's biggest container ships, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more stories from the sea, from yachts to ferries to titans like this. We've got it all right here. Until next time, fair winds and calm seas.